G'day, it's Fanny.
I'm Squirrel.
And I'm Name, the Joy Ninja. And welcome to my weekly cash stuffing. Squirrel is not feeling well, so he is home today. So forgive us if you hear some shenanigans in the background. He's off to watch Bluey. I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye. Today I have $320 and no toaster. Hold on. Toaster? Toast rack. Yeah. Not here to cook the books. Sorry, couldn't help it. Anyway, I've got 51, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 5, 3, 305, 10, 15, 20. And I still haven't done that video on tips for solo parents trying to pay off debt, or just tips for abundant living with a solo parent lens, I guess. But while I'm planning what to say about that, I just wanted to mention that I watched a channel. She's an American lady, new to me this week, and I thought she was a very, very brave wahine. I wrote it down. She's Love's Savings Journey, and I'll link the video below. She comes on after being off cash stuffing on videos for quite some time, and she had some financial hiccups and she made some decisions she regrets, and I just thought it was super brave of her to come back and basically have a hard reset and start again with her cash stuffing. And I think that just goes to show that budgeting isn't a one and done thing. And you know, I was thinking about it while I was having my coffee this morning, that abundance isn't like it's not a destination, it's something that builds over time, and something that you just sort of come into the sense of abundance as you go. And I was thinking that because it occurred to me that we're really good at equating abundance with wealth, with financial riches and flexing, and you know, all of the copious spending and holidays and stuff that is associated with having a big income. And if you don't have those things, you're considered poor. And I just think that that label isn't necessarily helpful for you if you you know, you don't have a big income, and especially if you're a solo parent, there are some constraints on how you make your money. Perhaps your kids are young and you can't leave them at home and do a second job and DoorDash because, you know, you got to pay for babysitters. So, you know, having been told that you're poor is not necessarily a helpful place to start. I think a more helpful place to start is to consider the idea that your worth is not tied to how much money you make or how much money you have. And your abundance, your ability to live a dignified life, whatever that means to you, is your birthright. All right, so enough ranting. Well, it wasn't really a rant, it was just, yeah. Go look at Love Saves Journey. Go and look at her video. She was very wise, and I just thought, man, what a strong, you know, she was a wahine toa, as we would say in Aotearoa, a strong woman. There's another person I want to chat about, and it's not just because she's bought a bunch of my challenges, but she left a comment and I was nosy and I went and looked at her YouTube channel. She's called Another Cash Stuffer New Zealand. Hi! She is brand new, and there are not many people in Aotearoa, New Zealand doing cash stuffing, and it's just such a joy to see another person doing that. So if you feel drawn to, go over and say hi, you know, go and give her a bit of love. She's just got one short up there and she's building up to posting some videos, and wouldn't that be wonderful to have more of us working in this space, in this context, this New Zealand context. Okay, look, sorry, we'll get on with it. 320, if you're not new here, is slightly less than I normally have to stuff, but that's okay. We will make it work. I am totally not organised. I'm going to blame the squirrel. 2 secs. Okay. So in my wallet I have some coinage, which we will count later and use to change out one of those $5 notes. And we've got my handy dandy dividers. Every time I look at these dividers I'm like, Neen, you should list these on your shop. Yeah, steps need to happen before I do that, mostly photos and writing listings. For some reason I'm on the struggle bus with that. So food's getting 170. Yes, it gets most of my money. Yes, it sucks, but that is our reality, eh? So there's that. Petrol's going to get its regular 40, and I'm kind of umming and ahhing about whether to up that a little bit because it's 40's not quite cutting it anymore. Fun, I am going to skip this week, mainly because the kids are with their dad this weekend, so less opportunities for us to go spending on snacks and whatnot. Don't mind me, I'm just gonna change out this $5 note. Note to self to write down $5 on my sheet. That's my rollover. 14 of this is going to the big girl. Where shall we put it? We'll put it over here today. Don't know where her little bag is gone, but you know, that's par for the course with my darling. She's yeah, got a lot going on in that little brain of that big brain of hers. She's actually going to university to have a look around one of the departments. Yes, she's 14, but they're already starting to talk about what topics to pick in NCEA, and she has some ideas about where she'd like to end up. So she's pretty excited to be going to university tomorrow, wearing mufti and blending in. Household, we're going to give it 10. Has 2 10s, so it now has 30. If I actually got my A and G and did my garden cleanup, that would vamoose pretty quickly. Pin money, all got spent last week, but I'm just giving myself 10. 10 doesn't really go very far, but just until I get my a few of my priorities a bit more sorted, we're just, you know, we're going low. Beauty, I did have my hair done and really happy with it, and I've got $25 left, which I'm probably going to spend this week on shampoo because I got it dyed, so be good to get some. Yeah, it's not getting any extra, so that's that. There'll be nothing next week. That's going on shampoo and conditioner. Health will also get 5, and it has 20 at the moment. And the last one for this binder is going to be clothes. We don't have any requirements that I can think of at the moment. A bit early for togs, so it's got 20 now. And that is my rollover binder, all sorted for the week. Now we'll look at my sinking funds. It's more the long-term things. Must say, my teeth feel so much better after a course of antibiotics. I just generally feel so much more well in myself. And, you know, I know it's cheesy, but that health is wealth. It truly is. I'm so proud of myself that I prioritised putting myself first in terms of the teeth. Yeah, because I do feel much better. $20 into kids fun. I know we are a month out from school holidays, so yeah, I think this is going to need to have a bit more attention. Furbays are going to get 10. because of course they have boosters coming up. When do they not have things coming up? It sort of seems like it's been a year for that, dentists and pets. So there's 60 there. The car is going to get 5. There's 100 in the bank and 30 in the envelope. Now Christmas, I think, is going to be the last one I stuff in here today. I do have some savings challenges going. On my Sunday video I stuff a separate binder with mini saving challenges. So I predict that quite a few will be going into this envelope. So there's $3.50 online, 20, 30, 40, now $50 in the envelope. So that's good. I'll do that later. You know, I probably will forget, but you can pull me up next week if I haven't coloured this one off. Yeah, so gifts I'm going to leave today. Right, last binders will be my long-term savings. While you weren't looking, I removed the notes that were in the change jar and I put them in my, I'll just show you if you're new here. I created this Treat Yourself and it's got an envelope for each month, so all the loose change from every week's worth of shopping and whatnot that comes out of my wallet I change up into notes. And for August I put in $20. But the super exciting thing is I've been doing this for nearly a year now, so I've just got 2 more envelopes to stuff. September and the end of October I will be able to unstuff this and give it a count up. Yeah. Okay. So the kids' savings, I feel awful saying this, but the saving long term for them is not a priority at the moment. So they're just getting $1. Sorry, kids. With my emergency fund, I'm using this freebie challenge from Lisa Grateful Me. The whole thing will be $500, which gets me a lot of the way towards my goal of funding that back up to 1,000. It's been at 1,000 before. I spent a fair amount of it for a family member and I'm happy with that decision. And I spent some more of it on my teeth. I'm also happy with that decision. Oh, let's count it. 10, 20, 30, 40, 55. So 55 to add back after about a month of doing this, I think. So that's not too bad considering, you know, money's going in lots of different directions. I thought to say to you as well, or quickly show you before we do the 1 month ahead. Just a note on goal setting. Like, I love planners and planning and, you know, making goals and stuff. And I found the most effective goals for my budget like have some long-term ideas, but I like to break it down into every 3 months, 3 things to focus on. So June to September, and we're halfway through that period, I had to cash flow my registration, which just means save enough in cash in my envelope to be able to pay it outright, and I've done that. My other things are fully fund Christmas and birthdays, and I'm getting there. I anticipate I will have that done by the end of next month, and rebuild emergency 1K. I'm on the way. Not sure if I will get up to $1,000, but just having like a small group subset of goals underneath, you know, like your main goal, which is like abundance, is really helpful to me, just to keep myself really focused. The other thing is, because it's the end of the month, I have done for me on my computer my end of the month tally. I've stopped recording those because they just didn't get as many views, you know, and it's a lot of work, and it's also quite a, believe it or not, quite a private person. So let me know below if that is something you would like me to share, or if you're okay with me just saying, yep, last month there was quite a lot of spending, the aforementioned teeth drama, and family member needed things. Yeah, so I'm down, but that's not unexpected, and that's why you do a monthly closeout. It's just to double check that your actual spending has gone how you thought it had. It's been a funny learning journey. I don't know if that's a thing name. It's been interesting to acknowledge to myself that how I think I spend and how I actually spend, like the facts versus what I think I do, not necessarily the same thing. That's the human brain for you. No judgment there. But for example, you know, you'd think at the very start, I had a food budget before I was getting it out in cash. You know, I had a budget of, what was it? $125 a week. And then, you know, inflation started to happen about the time I started cash flowing, getting cash out and doing cash stuffing. And when I sat down with my receipts and whatnot, some weeks I was spending like $225, not $125. That was really shocking to me. So I encourage you, as painful as it can be, to work with the facts, you know, to invest the time in, as boring as it is, having a look at your bank statements. If you don't do cash stuffing, having a wee look at your bank statements and making sure that you are spending what you think you're spending on things, because it's very easy to just veer off course just slightly, and then month on month those that compounds, and all of a sudden, you know, you don't have enough money to meet your APs and you're scrabbling. So don't do that to yourself. Have a good week. Kia ora.
I can find a higher